Yo, what's going on? 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 Welcome to the live stream. Turn the music off. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How is everyone doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, sorry about the later start to the stream. I do apologize. I was out late night like I'm Jimmy Fallon last night at a Halloween party, so we're a little bit late, but we're back and better than ever. Good morning. Good morning. Let's have a great stream today. And then we're going to get on into it. All right. For the poll, did you like the stream? Just hit the like button on the stream. That is the best way to help me out for free. And then if you're new, just subscribe. Those are the two best ways to help me. So let's get into things here. What's up, Fast? How you doing? And just so you guys are aware, every single stream, I am clicking randomly on the questions. It does not go in order. I'm just going to start randomly clicking. And if you super chat, you move to the top of the charts. Stroud or Goff? I would go with Goff. Flex PPR, DJ Moore, Ayuk. Sup, Raymond? How you doing, man? Give me some wisdom. You're going to get a lot of wisdom today. Don't worry. Don't worry, Raymond. Olave or Ayuk? And Waller or Goddard? I would go with Goddard, and I would go with Ayuk. Full PPR, who would you rather start, Pierce or Madison? Personally, I would go with Madison. Seen your post on Twitter. You was looking real scary, Nick. I always look scary. I don't even need a costume for Halloween. What's up, Caesar? How you doing? Taysom Hill or Schultz? I would go with... I'd go Schultz. Should I pick up Bourne if Josh Palmer's not playing? Yes. I worry about Bourne going up against potentially Jalen Ramsey today because Jalen Ramsey's back for the Dolphins. Feels real good. But, yeah, I think Bourne's probably your best bet, right, if Josh Palmer doesn't play. In half PPR, Watson or B-Rob Jr., I would go with Brian Robinson Jr. personally. Do I start Ayuk or Josh Jacobs in the flex? My wide receivers are Kupp, Puka, and my running backs are Walker and Swift. Great questions. I would go with Ayuk in the flex, personally. Bro, I've been offered a trade A.J. Brown for Devontae Smith and Montgomery. I have Jamar Chase and Mostert, but I feel like I need some help at running back. What are your thoughts? I'm going to be honest with you. I think you need more. I think you need more for A.J. Brown at this point. A.J. Brown, like, to me right now, there are two super elite receivers in fantasy football. Two of the most elite receivers are Tyreek and A.J. Brown. So for me personally, I feel like I would need a little bit more, maybe someone better than Devontae Smith personally. You put Carr at quarterback 21. That's not that crazy, to be honest with you. Now, I like Carr maybe slightly more than you, but I think he's my quarterback 19 or 20. So, again, when you talk about rankings, if someone is like two spots in difference for me, I don't really think that really means too much. I think Carr's kind of shit this year, if we're being honest. Like, he hasn't looked great. Mike Johnson, what's going on? Nico, Damian Pierce, or Donta Foreman as the flex? That's a great question. Personally, I'm going to give you two answers, and I'll tell you who I would play. I think your safe bet is Donta Foreman. Donta Foreman is basically a layup at this point. Donta Foreman feels like he's probably going to score, get you like 60-plus yards, and that's all she wrote. Whereas Nico could probably get you 25 points, but Nico's been very inconsistent this season. We've seen Nico in great matchups look amazing. We've seen him in great matchups look like shit. Bad matchups look great. Bad matchups look like shit. So when it comes to Nico Collins, he feels pretty risky compared to Donta Foreman, which is crazy. So I'm going to lean with Donta Foreman. But if you want, like, if you're feeling like you need, I need that 25-plus point burst game, to just subdue your opponent, then you could play Nico, but I'd probably go with Donta Foreman. Next question here. Burrow or Purdy, Rico or Josh Downs? Thanks, no problem. Burrow or Purdy? I would go with Burrow. Now, I don't think Purdy's play is going to be affected too much by the concussion, but you never know. I mean, he has been in a bit of a slump, so I would say it's not a guarantee that Brock Purdy breaks out of that. Now, it's not like Joe Burrow, and no problem, Mike. It's not like Joe Burrow has been the definition of health and safety either, right? So you're kind of playing, or not health and safety, but the definition of safety more, right? So it's not like you're in a situation here where it's very crystal clear. But personally, I would just go with Burrow, knowing that Burrow is more healthy. They're coming out the bye. This should be the best the Bengals look all year now. Does that mean the Bengals are going to be amazing? No. But it should be the best they look all year. And then Rice or Josh Downs, I would go with Josh Downs. Realistically, I would play Josh Downs. I think Josh Downs and Rice are basically identical in the rankings. I think of them in a very similar way. I think Rice is probably the more risky player than Downs, so I'd probably just go with Downs. I want to go with Joe Shiesty, Joe Burrow, and Josh Downs. How y'all doing today? I'm doing great, man. Thank you, Jonathan Taylor, for showing up today. Flex 1, MT, D-Hop, or Boyd. I would play MT. Pick one at the flex, Tank Dell, Rashee Rice, or Roschon Johnson. I would play Tank Dell. Did you guys see that Mahomes is sick today? A little bit crazy. Alrighty. So crazy. I don't know why the fuck it says live in 1 minute still on the screen. I should have taken that off like an hour ago. I wonder if the weather really is going to be that crazy in Denver. NFL weather. Let's read the weather. Tequila hangover hitting hard this AM. Yeah, I woke up and there was a mini bottle of tequila in my pants that I was wearing last night. Someone gave me one of those mini bottles of tequila at the party I was at, and I woke up and it was still in my pocket. All right. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Terrell, I'm going to get your question in half of a second. Just want to read this Chiefs report on the weather. So it says it's still to be determined on the weather. It says slight chance of snow showers. So we shall see. This game doesn't start till 4, but it's going to be from 8 to 29 degrees Fahrenheit. That is cold as fuck, which I guess makes sense because they said it's going to snow, and it's got to be cold to snow. A little weather science for your guys, right? It needs to be cold to snow. Who would have fucking known? What a genius this guy is. But yeah, that's a little crazy. We'll see what happens, because right now it's not saying that's like a guarantee of crazy snow, but it's not even that windy. It's only 6 to 8 mile an hour winds. Like, we don't really have to worry too much about that. What's the most worrying thing in fantasy is the wind, unless it's snowing like 15 inches, right? Then it's time to start worrying. All right. Terrell, thank you for the super chat. Madison Foreman or Javonte in standard? Great question. So Javonte has been a guy that I have been just chomping out the bit to want to be like, this guy's a must start every single week, but he's yet to kind of reach that category due to the fact that the Broncos just kind of suck, if we're being honest, right? Russell Wilson doesn't really give this team a lot of opportunities late in the game to just kind of run the ball a bunch, right? They're never really in a situation to where, hey, let's just churn the rock a bunch of times. They're kind of just getting bent over a table, and they have to throw a lot, which hurts Javonte. Now, again, does that make Javonte unplayable? No, it just makes Javonte not a must start. Madison, to me, based upon what happened last week with Cam Akers and them kind of more splitting touches, feels like in 99% of scenarios, Madison should probably be on your bench. So I'm going to go with Foreman. I like Foreman's matchup. I think Roschon Johnson coming back shouldn't affect things too much. Obviously, he's going to get touches, but I think Foreman cements himself as the guy. I think this is a good matchup against the Chargers. I think that there is not a high chance, but there's a chance that the Bears fuck around and beat the Chargers. That might sound crazy to you guys, but I think it is actually possible. That is how bad the Chargers are. And real quick, I don't know how many of you guys watch fights, watch boxing, but I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to answer all these questions. Tyson Fury 100% lost to Francis Ngannou last night. That was number one bullshit, as Khabib would say. I don't know how in any world that Tyson Fury won that fight. That reeked of it being rigged, and that actually pissed me off so much. I had Tyson Fury to win by decision, which hit, but I also bet on Ngannou to win straight up, and he lost, and I think he should have won. So anyone who watches boxing, let me know in the chat. I was watching it on my phone while I was at the Halloween party. Pick 2. What's up, Rise Above Everything? How you doing, man? Pick 2. Nick. All right. Higgins, Addison, Ridley, or Pittman? Great question. Definitely got to lock Addison in. Addison feels like a guy that needs to be in your lineup every single week at this point in the season, especially with the other guys you have to pick from. Then I like Higgins. I'm hoping this is the Higgins coming out party, but am I throwing Higgins into my fantasy lineup this week? In 99% of scenarios, no. So we're going to go Addison. We are going to go Pittman as our second bet. Now, I love Ridley, but I think I just got to go with Pittman at this point. He feels so much safer, and I think they both have pretty similar upside. So Addison and Pittman would be my pick. Dave, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat. Let me pull up the chat here so I can find it. I can find Dave's question. Everything's loading. So, Dave, I'll get to your question in half a second here. We'll go Shane first. Shane, what's up, GOAT? What's up, my man? Thank you for the super chat. PPR, Burrow, or Stafford. And just so you know, my screen where it's like loading all the other, where it's trying to find Dave's question, looks like a fucking, have you ever seen one of those movies where there's like a guy hacking on a computer and the screen's like moving a million miles a minute? That's what's happening while I was trying to catch up to everything. Snow equals cold. That is true, Michael. That is true. Shane, PPR, Burrow or Stafford? I'd go Burrow. Pick 3 wide receivers: Puka, Chase, Lamb, Kupp, Cooper, Deontay, Johnson, Watson. Defense, Texans or Browns. Tight end 2, Thomas or Hill. Oh my God. All right. We're going Burrow. We're going Puka. We're going, nope. We're going Lamb. We're going Kupp. And we're going Chase. Your wide receiver core is fucking stacked. And that's going to be frustrating every week. Because now you have to sit Puka. You have 4 guys, in my opinion, that are basically top 8 or top 10. Guaranteed top 8 or top 10. Puka, Chase, Lamb, and Kupp. So Puka is going to be the odd man out here. We're going to go with Chase, Lamb, and Kupp. We're going to go with the Browns defense. And then I'd go Logan Thomas. So Joe Burrow over Stafford just feels a lot better. Stafford just really hasn't cracked the top 12 this season, so we're going to go Burrow. We're going to go Chase. Obviously, got to play Chase. You obviously got to play Lamb, and you obviously got to play Kupp. You can argue between Puka and Chase, but I'd probably go Kupp. Chase. So Burrow, Chase, Lamb, Kupp, Browns, Logan Thomas. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And then we're going to find Dave's question real quick. Dave, 91. Dave said, start 3 running backs: Hunt, Bijan, Jacobs, Mostert. Start 2 receivers: Moore, A.J. Brown, Waddle, or Ridley. All right. I like this question. We're going to go Bijan, Mostert, and Jacobs because Hunt might be the guy today. Hunt might not be the guy today because Jerome Ford might play. I think you're just taking the risk out of the equation by just not playing him. And then we're going to go A.J. Brown and Waddle. Bijan, Jacobs, Mostert, A.J. Brown, and Waddle. Bijan, Jacobs, Mostert, A.J. Brown, and Waddle. There you go, Dave. Thank you for the super chat. Peter Guns Delgado. Survey says Puka or Devontae Smith. You got to go Puka. Oh, I just fucking accidentally turned my flashlight on and blinded myself. So what I would do is play Puka. I don't think you can sit Puka at this point this season. I think Puka has done too good. Puka has played too good for you to bench him. You cannot bench him. Devontae Smith has been ice cold. Devontae Smith could break out of it. He could easily outscore Puka, but I don't think you can sit Puka. Sam, full PPR, start Kirk Cousins or Jordan Love. Should I start Aaron Jones over Kareem Hunt? Love the videos, bro. Love you too. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, I do agree that boxing and MMA refs are corrupt. I think the boxing refs or officials, whatever the hell you want to call them, the judges are more corrupt than MMA. I think so. But I still think the MMA officiating, the judges, are terrible. It happens all the time that someone gets robbed. I'm going to take a sip of this water and then answer Sam's question. But yeah, it's like terrible. The boxing officials. Like, there's no way, the judges, there's no way. Like, the one judge, I think, had it 96, 93, something like that for Fury. That made no sense. All right, but for Sam, we're going Kirk Cousins, 100%. And then, yeah, I would play Aaron Jones over Kareem Hunt, knowing what time does Aaron Jones play? Because you actually might have a way better idea. I don't know why I just typed in what time is Aaron Jones playing. It would be the fucking Packers, you dumb bastard, Nick. 1 o'clock. So, yeah, you're not going to be able to know. I would probably just in that scenario just play Aaron Jones. Because I think there's like a higher than 50% chance that Ford plays. Now, he's going to be limited, but I still think that would hurt Hunt enough for where you'd want to play Aaron Jones. So I go Kirk Cousins and Aaron Jones. Zach says Bryce Young or Sam Howell. Definitely going Sam Howell. I think Sam Howell had a down game last week. He's only really had 2 down games this season. That really shit game against the Bills. And then last week against the Eagles last time out, he actually played pretty good. So I'm not really ready to just count him out. If we're being completely honest with you, I'm not ready to just completely shit on him. So I think I would probably go with Sam Howell here. I'm not ready to roll Bryce Young out. Bryce Young's had 2 good games on the season. Sam Howell's had 2 down games on the season. So I think that alone, I know the matchup's a little bit better for Bryce Young, but Sam Howell did flourish against the Eagles last time. So I'd probably go Sam Howell pretty easily. Charlie says 2 quarterback league. Thank you for the super chat from Europe, I believe. Russell Wilson or Bryce Young. Yeah, I like Bryce Young this week. I like the matchup, but I think you're probably best off just going with Russell Wilson. Everything I'm reading is showing that there's not like a high chance that it's going to be looking like, I don't even know, like some crazy snowstorm looking like fucking Antarctica or something like that. So I would go with Russell Wilson. I just feel like Russell Wilson's probably the much safer bet over Bryce Young. Derek, thank you for the super chat. 18 PPR, need running back 2, wide receiver 2 and a flex. Barkley, D. Adams, Collins, Gibbs, Ridley. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Let's go Patriots. Nope. Hashtag fins up, but I'll appreciate you for the $5. Good luck today against the Dolphins. Should be a fun game. Again, I know there's a lot of people on the internet. Oh my God, the Dolphins are going to run train on the Patriots. That's not going to happen. I hope it does, but it's not going to happen because it's going to be a close game because the AFC East battle, Patriots always keep it close with the Dolphins. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say about that game. I think the Dolphins will win, though. So, running back 2, wide receiver 2 and a flex. All right, you're going to go. You got to play Devontae Adams. You can't bench Adams. Oh, man. So Adams is your wide receiver 2. You got to play Gibbs as your RB2, and your flex is going to be JT. So you're going to go Adams because you can't sit Adams. You just can't. I know he's in a bit of a funk. You can't sit him. If you sit Devontae Adams, the second you guys sit Devontae Adams, he scores 30 points. It's the same thing with Ridley. Everyone this week sitting Ridley. Ridley's going to score like 35 points. I already feel it coming. So we're going to go JT. We're going to go Adams, and we're going to go Gibbs. JT, Adams, Gibbs. You can't sit Gibbs now with, what's his name out? With David Montgomery out. Jen S., thank you for the super chat. Pick 1, flex, Mostert, Hollywood, Watson, Higgins, Madison, or Deontay Johnson. Let's go with, yeah, I got to go Mostert. Got to go Mostert. I like Hollywood a decent amount. I've kind of talked myself back into Hollywood a bit this week, but I got to go Mostert. The Patriots' run defense isn't the best. Mostert ran train on the Patriots last time, and that was a much stronger Patriots defense compared to now. Patriots defense is banged up. Nick, they look great against the Bills last week. I know, I'll give them all the credit in the world, but I think a lot of that is just the fact that the Bills are a little bit flowy of a team, right? They have great games. They have down games. They're a team that is really kind of at will of Josh Allen. If Josh Allen starts fucking things up, the whole team goes down with him. The whole ship sinks. So I think that Tua plays a little bit more safe, a little bit more conservative, and I think that will lead to the Dolphins not fucking this one up and Mostert having a very solid game. And Jeff Wilson's involvement is very low. So Mostert's the for sure answer there, Jen. I can flex Puka as well. If you can flex Puka, then play Puka as well, based upon your question. If you can play 4 of those receivers, you gotta flex Puka. Yeah, so I'd go Puka, Chase, Lamb, and Kupp. You've got a stacked receiver room. I'd probably look to trade one of those guys. If I'm keeping it a buck. Keep it a $1.50. You can't fuck with me. Yeah, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you, Joel, for the super chat. Go search for Joel's question now. Again, I I don't have the other chat open at all times, so it's going to take a couple of seconds to load, and then I'll answer Joel's question once it gets all the way to the bottom of the chat. Vic, thank you for the super chat. Defense, Cleveland, Giants, Titans. I would personally go with the Browns. They just have the best defense. I know the matchup isn't the best, but I feel like they have the most upside to get turnovers, the most upside to get sacks. And that's what really does it for fantasy. What really wins your week in fantasy is the sacks, the turnovers, things like that. So I'm definitely going to go with the Cleveland Browns defense. Again, the matchup isn't necessarily the best, but I would go with the Browns personally. I think they're probably a team that you could start every week unless they're playing up against like the Chiefs or something, right? And you can't really play them. All right. Back to Joel. Thank you for the super chat again, Joel. Joel's question was, what up, Nick? What up, man? I don't really feel like benching Ridley with this matchup. Should I start him or Addison in the flex, taking Aaron Jones out? Yeah, I would play Addison in the flex personally. Now, again, I think Ridley could have a huge game. I think Ridley could have one of the biggest games of the season. But again, it's not a guarantee. Nothing in life's a guarantee except for death and taxes. I think that's the saying. But I think Addison is just a way safer bet as the receiver one on the Vikings. I hope Ridley has a great game. I'm playing Ridley in both of the leagues I have him because I don't have much better options at receiver. My receiver core is heavily banged up. So I'm sticking with my boy. I think you got to go Addison. I don't think you can bench Ridley. I think you have to go with Addison over Aaron Jones, 100%. All right, Miles, thank you for the super chat. Need 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, and a flex, 8-man PPR. Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, Brandon Ayuk, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan, Waddle, Wiki, DJ Moore, 8-man PPR league. So obviously your team's pretty stacked. It is an 8-man league, which makes sense, but your team is like overly stacked, even for an 8-man league. So 2 running backs, 1 receiver, and a flex. At running back, you're going Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, and JT. Because JT is going to be your flex. So you're going to go Breece Hall, Walker, JT. And then you're going to go with Ayuk. Pretty simple there. I think you have to play Ayuk. I don't think you can sit Ayuk. Make sure you guys leave the like on the stream. Leave a like on the stream. So we're going to go Breece Hall, Walker, Jonathan Taylor as your flex, and Ayuk. You can't sit Ayuk. Don't think you can sit Walker. Don't think you can sit Hall. And I don't think you can sit JT. Now, the problem is you have to sit Bijan Robinson. But again, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's just how the cookie crumbles. So Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, Ayuk, JT. That's how we're rocking. That is how we are rocking. You thumbs up? Thanks, Legendary One. I appreciate you, man. And your answer is Hubbard. 4th and Schlong. What a fucking photo that is. What a photo that is from 4th and Schlong. Jesus. That's hilarious. I'm going to take a picture of that. That's so fucking funny. That's so funny. Half PPR pick 1, Foreman, Mixon, Madison. Thank you. I'm going Foreman. No, I'm not. I'm going Mixon. I think Mixon's a little bit safer than Foreman. I think they're both pretty safe. Mixon hasn't really done too much this season, but I think coming out the bye, again, I think this is the best the Bengals are going to look. I think this is the best Mixon we'll see all season, so I'm going Joe Mixon. Kapil, Walker, or Addison in the flex, half PPR. I'm going Addison. I like Walker, but I think I would have to go Addison in that scenario. I just feel like Addison has got to be in your lineup in like 99% of scenarios. I feel like Addison scoring all those touchdowns last week is not like that crazy to happen again, him to score 2+ touchdowns in any given game. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play Addison over Walker. Walker just doesn't look the best. Like, he's clearly limited. Again, does that mean that you should sit him in 99% of scenarios? No, I'm still playing him. But I think him being limited does, at least in some fashion here, make me kind of edge out towards Addison here. So I'm going to go with Jordan, Addison, Ray in the flex half PPR. Ben, thank you for the super chat, man. I really appreciate you. Congrats to your Diamondbacks on laying the pipe for that ass earlier today. So, or yesterday. Was that what, 9-1, right? Ben said, my dog, non-PPR, Jordan Love or Burrow. Mixon, Hunt, or Najee, pick one. I'd go Mixon. Deontay, Rashi, Sutton, pick one. I would go with Sutton. On my way to the tailgate. Cards go to win. D-backs did 3 more. Love that. Actually, I'd go Sutton, even in the snow. But if you're scared of the snow, go with Deontay Johnson. So Burrow, Mixon. If you're scared of the snow, go Deontay Johnson. If you're not scared of the snow, go Sutton. And then did you have another question? I don't remember. Okay, yeah, I got your question. Have fun at the tailgate, Ben. Drop one, Love or Purdy? As my backup for a kicker, personally, I would drop Love. I think Purdy's going to stick one out. I think Purdy. I just dropped my phone on my fucking toes, so that hurt a little bit, but no reaction. I think Purdy's going to break out of the funk. I don't think that's a guarantee that Love breaks out of the funk. that Love appears to be in a little bit. So I'm going with Purdy over Love. So I'm dropping Love. And 1 second, guys, I just have to take a picture or something, and then we're going to be right back at answering your questions. I know it probably looks dark as fuck in here because my room is just dark inherently, but that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Because if I turn the lights on, this camera I have that I bought, like the webcam, like just puts like lines on the screen. It's called something that I don't know the exact name of. Citrus Blade, pick 3, Nico, Addison, Olave, Watson, Rashi, Rice. Addison, Olave, and Nico. This is one where you don't want to overthink things. I love Christian Watson, but I don't trust Jordan Love right now. I love Rashi Rice, but there's the snow factor and the fact that, Mahomes just throws the ball to everyone. So very easily, Nico, kind of risky, but high upside. Addison, pretty safe, super high upside. Olave, pretty safe, super high upside. So I think that question kind of answered itself. Nico, Addison, and Olave. Jay, 10-team, half PPR, 1 at the flex. Higgins, Swift, Addison, Bijan. I think you know who you want to start at the flex because you put him in all caps, and I think that's who I want to start at the flex too. Swift. Look, I know Swift shit the bed against the Dolphins. I know some people are going to get a little bit nervous, a little bit mad about that, but ultimately, I actually think that when push comes to shove, you're going to be kind of mad if you don't go with Swift. I know Swift kind of shit the bed again, but one down game after all he's done this season, you kind of have to scoff it off. Plus, I get it is frustrating every single week, right? When you get to the end zone and, Swift does all that work and then you get to the goal line and then bada bing, bada boom, you see that he gets pulled out of the game and they just do the tush push. It is frustrating. But when push comes to shove here, I am going to go with and lean with the guy that I trust the most, and that would be Swift. So we're going Swift. Daniel says, happy Sunday, bud. Happy Sunday to you. Hope all is well. Hope all is going well with all you guys. Need some help. Need 2 running backs and 1 flex, full PPR. Kamara, Mixon, Jones, Myers, Rice, and Henderson. Stay awesome, dude. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So at the flex, you're going Myers. At running back, you are going Alvin Kamara and Aaron Jones. So Kamara, Aaron Jones, and you are going with Jacoby Myers. I don't think you can sit Jacoby Myers at this point. I just don't think you can. I think Jacoby Myers is one of those guys that just feels like he needs to be in your lineup at all times at this point in the season. Jacoby Myers has done that well. So I'm going Jacoby. I'm going Kamara's a lock. And then it's kind of iffy between the others, but I'd go Jones. So Jones, Kamara, and Jacoby Myers. Tony Hill, thank you for the super chat. Javonte, Spears, Jacobs, Foreman, Warren, start 2. Thank you for the super chat. I would go with Foreman, and I'd go Jacobs. Again, I don't love Jacobs, but I think you'd have to go with him this week. So we're going to go with Foreman and Jacobs. Jacobs has been kind of in a bit of a slump, but you can also do the math in your head and be like, oh, you want to know why he's probably been in a slump? It's because of the fact that I would say most likely because the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't there. And now with Jimmy Garoppolo back, you can do the galaxy brain here and be like, oh, now Jacobs going to be back. So I think that is possible. I would go with Jacobs and Foreman. Next question here from Jason. Thank you for the super chat. Half PPR, 1 running back, 1 flex, Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce. He's got Hunt. Oh, wait, never mind. Dameon Pierce, Mixon, Stevenson, DJ Moore. Also full PPR, 1 running back, 1 flex, Foreman, Hunt, Henderson. Okay. So for the first question, this is half PPR, 1 running back, 1 flex, Mixon and Stevenson. Mixon and Stevenson in half PPR. And then full PPR, it's going to be Hunt and Foreman. Hunt, Foreman for the second one. First question is Stevenson and Mixon. Thank you for the super chat. Taylor, thank you for the super chat as well. Let's try and find Taylor's question here in just 1 second here. Waiting for all the things to load. That is the most annoying thing about here is waiting for all the questions to load so I can find your answer here, or your question, so that I can give the answer. Alrighty. All right. And then where to go? Taylor. Taylor's question is, survey says, still loading. So here, wait, we'll go off of Taylor real quick. We'll go to the next one, then we'll go back to Taylor. TJ Talent said 1 quarterback league, pick 1, Sam Howell, Stafford, Minshew. I would go with Sam Howell. Now, if you want TJ to get, look, the quarterback 15 every single week has been Stafford. If you want that guaranteed production, if you want to lock yourself into the quarterback 15 with probably upside to be like the quarterback 12, downside quarterback like 17, play Stafford. If you want more upside but higher variance, go Howell. I would personally go Howell. Personally got to go Howell. All right, Taylor didn't even leave his question in the chat. That's why I couldn't find it. So Taylor, make sure you leave your question in the chat. I see you super chat, and maybe you're just being nice, but if you have a question, make sure that you leave it in the chat, and I can answer it for you. All right, let me take another sip of water, and then we're going to answer some more questions. Thank you guys again for all the super chats. Make sure you guys leave a like on today's stream. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. Vic, Terry McLaurin or KJ Osborne? Definitely McLaurin. McLaurin looked good last time against the Eagles. McLaurin has looked way better as of recently. So I am going to go with him. All right. So we're going to go with McLaurin. I like KJ Osborne. I do like the Post Malone song, but I can't seemingly play him over Terry McLaurin. There's just no way. There is just no way. So you got to go McLaurin. CJ, thank you for the super chat. Super chatted again and said Gainwell or Hall. Got to go Hall. Not just got to go Hall. You have to go Hall. You can't start Gainwell. I think Gainwell is one of those guys where it's like pure desperation, right? Half your team's on bye. Like last week for me, I was in pure desperation mode. I had to start Gainwell. I had no other choice. Back was against the wall. Had to play someone, and it just so happens that that's the guy that I played, right? Back was against the wall. There was nothing I can do. But in your scenario, your back isn't necessarily against the wall, right? Or not necessarily in a scenario where you have to play Gainwell. You've got Hall, so you just play Hall. Pretty simple there for me. And then flex, and then again, I got to keep looking for whose question was it? Got to keep looking for Taylor. So I'll keep Taylor's thing up on the screen here. Royer. Thank you for the super chat. Flex Aaron Jones, Watson, Downs, JSN, non-PPR. I would go, this is a tough one, but I'm going to go Aaron Jones. I don't think you can not play Aaron Jones in standard. Like, you almost have to. He's the guy that I trust the most, so I'm going Aaron Jones, personally. I just don't think you can lean any other way with that question. It's got to be Aaron Jones. It's just got to be. Here's Taylor's question. Thank you, Taylor, for the super chat. Pick 2, running back, 1 flex. Mostert, Pacheco, Jacobs, Kirk, Flowers, Higgins. Great question. I'm going Mostert and Pacheco. Those are both must plays. Must plays. You have to play them. I don't give a fuck about whatever you want to say about, oh, it's going to snow, this, that, the other thing. Doesn't matter. Playing Pacheco. Mostert. Oh my God, Mostert played pretty bad last week, Nick. Don't you know? Yeah, I know he played bad last week, but I'm not panicking one bit. I'm not panicking in the slightest of ways. We are 100% going to play Mostert. We're 100% playing Pacheco. And then after that, between Jacobs, Kirk, Flowers, and Higgins, Flowers and Kirk are basically a coin flip for me. Flowers is the more upside play, whereas Kirk is the safer play. You know, I don't think you're ever going to be mad playing Kirk, whereas I think Flowers could upset you. Personally, I'm going Mostert, Pacheco, and Flowers, but if you want a safer bet for the flex, go with Kirk instead of Flowers. Houdini Weenie. What a name. Says, full PPR, 2 flex, Wilson, Higgins, Pittman, Foreman, Moss. Thanks, no problem. I'm going to go Pittman, and I'm going to go Foreman. Now, I, for one, like Moss this week. I think Moss could actually have a pretty big game. But if I'm being honest with you, JT clearly looks better than him. And it feels like JT is going to take over as the guy. So based upon that, I think you'd be a little bit shilly to play Moss in this scenario. So it's kind of close between Foreman, Wilson, Pittman. Like they're all kind of close for me. But ultimately, I'm going to go with Pittman and Foreman. Thank you for the super chat. I miss Monty. So do I, man. Big Steppa, half PPR. Picture of Jordan with that tongue out. Pick 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, and a flex, please. No problem. Half PPR. DK, Collins, Kirk, Pittman, Jacobs, Hall, Foreman, Madison, Pitts, Kmet. All right. You're going with Kirk, and you're going Collins and Pittman. You're going Hall and Foreman. Okay. Let me just type this in the chat so that I don't fucking forget. Collins, Kirk. No, Collins. We're going to go Collins, Pittman. We're going to go Hall, Foreman. We're going to go Pitts. And then Kirk. Collins, Pittman, Hall, Foreman. All right, I typed in the chat. It was Collins, Pittman, Hall, Foreman, Pitts, Kirk. There's your answer. I had to type that one out because that one was a little complicated. Rock out with your cock out. Says Bijan, Walker, Roshan Johnson, Javonte. This is the scenario where you got to play Bijan even though he feels gross. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Bijan and Walker. Again, both Bijan and Walker have a bit of a stink on them. I would be lying to you if I said they didn't feel a little bit gross, right? But I still think they're the answer there. Roshan is going to get his work, but he's going to be cucked by Foreman. And then Javonte is just Javonte, right? He hasn't really done anything to hop out the page for me this season. Now, he hasn't been bad to where it's like, oh, you can't play this guy, but he also hasn't been amazing. So I think I would just kind of, on the edge of caution here, just not want to play him. We are going to go with Bijan and Walker. That feels like your safest bet there by far, in my opinion, would be Bijan and Walker. Walker, Texas Ranger. Samuel Piazza. He's related to Mikey Piazza, of course. Half PPR, need a flex, Foreman or Watson. Definitely going Foreman again. Not that I don't believe, like there's something, like I don't have zero belief in Watson, but my belief is starting to get lower and lower and lower every single week in Watson. So I'm going Foreman. I'm not even going to overthink that one. We're going Foreman. Wesley, thank you for the $10 Rooskies. Need some input on my lineup. I've said like 50 times during the stream. What a cocksucker I am, right? Doesn't know how to talk. All right. Need some input on my lineup. Running backs: Joe Mixon, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jeff Wilson, or Kareem Hunt. Wide receivers are St. Brown, Nico Collins, Michael Pittman, or Christian Kirk. Thanks. All right. Running backs. If you need 2 running backs, we're going to go Gibbs and Bijan. Lock them in. For your receivers, we're going Waddle and St. Brown. And if you need a third / a flex, we're going Collins. And then if you need another player, right, maybe it's a 3 receiver league and a flex, then you're going Kirk. So 2 running backs are going to be Gibbs and Bijan. Our 2 receivers are St. Brown and Waddle. If you need a third receiver, it's Collins. If you need a fourth and a flex, Christian Kirk. This is tough because I don't love Bijan this week, but I don't think you can sit Bijan. I don't think you can sit Gibbs. You can't sit St. Brown. I don't think you can sit Waddle. And then that leaves your flex / wide receiver 3 to Collins and then Christian Kirk. That's a really tough question. But yeah, that's how I would go. That's how I would go with that. But again, that's a loaded question. You've got a lot of good players. I think once your players start kind of, like once Mixon starts going into form, it's going to be real hard at running back for you. And it's hard at receiver for you every single week. But ultimately, those are the guys I would go with. Lucius says, start Seattle or Kansas City defense today. Snow in Denver. I'm going KC. I'm going with KC. I don't think the weather really affects my thought process too much, but it does sort of in a way, right? It does kind of feel like the fact that it's going to snow gives KC more of an advantage, especially knowing the fact that they're going up against Russell Wilson. And I like Seattle defense, but I'm not necessarily sold on Seattle defense either. So I think that's your best course of action here would be to go with those guys. All right. Yeah, go with the Kansas City defense. Best YouTuber, pick one. Thank you. Madison, Chuba Hubbard, or the Italian Stallion DeMarcado. I'd go Chuba. Pick 2, Ridley, Addison, Higgins, Myers. I'd go with Addison and Myers. What's up, Nick? Should I start Pickens or Higgins? I would go Pickens. It's not going to snow. It's not guaranteed to snow. I know that. If I can get 10 points from Bijan, I'll take it at this point. Yeah, so would I. What's up, Nick? Who should I start on my flex? Pickens, Adams, or Walker? I'd go Adams. I don't think you can sit Adams. At this point in the season, I think sitting Adams would be absolutely insane. Start 1 at running back 2. Henderson, Najee, Robinson, Javonte. Yeah, I would just play. I'd play Tank Dell, and then I'd play Henderson. Henderson and Tank Dell. Hector, need 1 running back and 1 flex. Madison, Henderson, DeMarcado, Palmer, Osborne, Quentin, Johnston. Great question there. Great question. 1 second here. All right. Hector, need 1 running back and 1 flex. Madison, Henderson, DeMarcado, Palmer, Quentin, Johnston, or Osborne. At running back, you're going Henderson. And you're going Osborne. Henderson and Osborne for me. Those would be your best bets there. Oh, did I just burp and not mute my mic? I'm so sorry. I drank so much water today that my fucking stomach just turns into a cannon. So I apologize if I did that and didn't mute my mic. What a cocksucker this guy is. But yeah, Henderson for sure. He looks like he's going to be the lead back there for the Rams. And then Osborne feels like a pretty safe bet. I don't love him, but he feels like the safest bet for your flex. Nathan, start 3, 1 point PPR. Kirk, DJ Moore, Waddle, Bijan. Great question. Start 3, full PPR. Kirk, DJ Moore, Waddle, Bijan. Bijan, Waddle, Kirk. Waddle, Bijan, Kirk for me. Next question. Giorgio, the chef. DeMarcado or Sanders? Hate to trust Sanders. Yeah, I'd go DeMarcado. I don't trust Sanders one bit. I have Sanders ranked extremely low. I don't trust Sanders one bit. I think that's probably your safest go at things. Chuba Hubbard will have a bigger workload in week 8 is the most recent report. Interesting. But yeah, we're definitely going DeMarcado especially because of that. Allen, full PPR, T. Higgins, Calvin Ridley, Rashi Rice, or Donta Foreman. Here, wait, let's see something real quick. I'd go Foreman. I would go Foreman there. I think Foreman is probably your safest bet and pretty equal upside to all those guys. So I'd go Donta Foreman. Donta Foreman. We've all dubbed him as Italian. Yeah, he's not even Italian, I don't think. The Italian stallion. Let's go Fins, baby. Fins up. Roshan or Warren? Warren. Big Cock Brock or Nico. Let's go bowling in Superflex. I think in Superflex, you always have to play the quarterback. So I'd go with Brock. Brian Robinson or Calvin Ridley. Flex, also pick one. Tight end, Trey McBride or Janu Smith. I'd go Janu Smith. And I would go with Brian Robinson. I have Collins, so I'd be sending him away. I think I'm doing it. I can afford to wait on Debo. Gotcha. Pick 2, Michael Thomas, Brandon Cooks, Rashid Shaheed, Jeff Wilson, Michael Thomas, and I'd go Brandon Cooks. Giorgio says pick 2, Olave, Flowers, London. Great question. Olave and Flowers for me. Olave and Flowers. I already put this lineup in. Wait. Oh, wait. That's not what I meant to do. I'd go, yeah, Olave and Flowers. I like London, but I think you got to go Olave and Flowers. Dude, it is downpouring by me. I don't know where you guys live. Obviously, all over the world. In New Jersey, it is fucking downpouring. Olave and Flowers for me. Pretty easy there. Chat, Dell or Ridley. I'd play Ridley, Tyler. Pick 3, Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins, Ridley, Higgins, or Palmer. Great question. I would go with Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins, and Ridley. Okay, so I did play the lineup already. Yeah, there you go. Dell or DeMarcado, I would go with Dell. Downs or DK, Downs. Jacks or Hawks defense, Hawks. Stafford or Dak, Dak. Cheers, thank you. Fun stream. Thank you, Jerry. Madison or Higgins, Madison. Titans throwbacks are sweet. Too bad they're not a very good football team. Yeah, exactly. I thought you lived in Miami, Nick. No, I lived in New Jersey. I like the Dolphins, but I live in New Jersey. There are a lot of people that live in New Jersey that like the Miami Dolphins, which to you might sound like a shock, but it is very much the case here. I have multiple friends that are Dolphins fans. So it's kind of not the normal here. Most people like the Giants or the Jets, but there are a lot of people that like the Dolphins. Which does, I guess, sound kind of crazy, but it's true. The Dolphins are like a global team. They're like the Cowboys. Especially if you meet, like, if you ever meet someone that's a little bit older than me, like in their 30s, they are in the maybe older than the 30s, like the 40s or the 50s. Those are people where there's a lot of Dolphins fans at that age because of Marino. I guess the Dolphins must have just played on fucking live TV all the time. So everyone liked the Dolphins, which I guess makes sense. I like the Dolphins because my dad is a Jets fan. So when I was younger, I just picked a team that always played against the Jets. And that, I guess, probably based upon the uniform, because I was like 8 years old when I picked it, or like 7 years old. Now, obviously, much older, still stick with them. Ride or die with the Dolphins. I'll never give up on them. I'll never give up on you. Even though the Dolphins have been shit basically my whole life, I'll never quit them. They're like crack. Kumo, Mostert, DJ, Swift, or Olave in the flex. Thanks, man. Ah, Jesus, Kumo. Jesus, man. This is the kind of question that will keep you up at night. I think I say this to you all the time because you always ask a question that's just like this. You've been asking questions like this for years, where it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You feel like an asshole if you start the wrong one, because you have, in my opinion, 3 guys that are basically must starts: Mostert, Swift, and Olave. And then DJ is kind of close to being not a must start, but he's like in a range where it's like if you started him, it's not that insane for him to be in your lineup. So I would personally go with, let's go Swift. I don't think you can bench Swift, so we're going Swift. We're going Swift. You can't sit Swift, so I'm playing Swift. Swift over them all. But again, you're going to go crazy trying to think about that one. Gorilla Kid, Nick, pick 3. Watson, Flowers, Palmer, Puka, Lockett, Deontay Wilson, Puka, Wilson, and Flowers. Marino was the man back in the day. That's a fact. McLaurin and Moss or CD? I'd go CD. The Dolphins have not won a single playoff game in my whole entire lifetime. I have been alive for 24 years, and the Dolphins have never once won a playoff game. Do you know how crazy that is? My whole entire life, the Dolphins have never won a fucking playoff game. They've been to the playoffs like 4 times, never once won. The closest they got was last year, and the refs fucked us over. So that one kind of hurt for me. I really don't think that was a first down that, what's his name, that Singletary got. I think they gave him a bullshit call. But again, Tua wasn't even playing the game, so we were probably destined to lose. But, that's just how it is being a Dolphins fan. You support a team that sucks ass your whole entire life. But if you're an older gentleman or lady, you're rolling in it because the team used to be amazing. It's just I decided to choose a team that sucks. But I guess you kind of don't choose it. It kind of chose me, Yeah, like the Browns, like the Lions, shit like that. Just teams that you maybe picked them as a kid, and now you're just getting fucked for years because you played that, because you like that team. Sounds like a Browns fan. Yeah, it really is like the Browns, the Lions. I wish I could have seen Marino. I only hear about him. He was ahead of his time with the quarterback. Yeah, he was throwing the ball like fucking Mahomes. And that was back in the day. Like before they would throw the ball a lot, he was throwing the ball a lot. Like it was a way different league back then, very run heavy. And the Dolphins did not play like that at all. So if you want, go back and watch the old school games with the Dolphins in them. With Marino, it's like the most insane shit ever. Now it is, if you're like a younger kid, say you're younger than me, you might not want to watch because like the quality is kind of bad, but it is crazy how good he was back then. Chuba or Madison? Chuba 100% quit. Don't overthink that one. And then Anu Bandy says, I love the fucking Drake logo, the OVO. Devontae Adams or Amon-Ra rest of season? I'd go Amon-Ra. I don't think going with Devontae Adams is crazy, but I would go with Amon-Ra. It just feels like Amon-Ra's in a safer situation right now. I don't think Devontae Adams is getting traded, but he could get traded. So I feel like you just want to stick with what stick with the safe bet and go with Amon-Ra. Just feels like Amon-Ra is a much safer bet weekly. All right. Are any of the satellites for the King of the Beach still available? This is $100 contest. I don't want to do that. $500. Fuck, I wanted to get to the King of the Beach. I don't think I'm going to be able to because I didn't register early enough. I type in King of the Beach? Yeah, the cheapest one is $40. So I ain't gonna make it. You hate to see it. All right, but yeah, definitely Amon-Ra St. Brown, 100%. Try being a Raiders fan. Yeah, I think most of us probably support pretty shit teams. You know, there's like there's only a couple of teams in the NFL that are like actually great, like to where if you support them, you're feeling great every week, like the Chiefs or something. So we probably all support relatively shit teams, right? There's like 5 great teams, I would say, in the NFL. I think the Dolphins are a great team, but yeah, Steve Young was awesome. Steve Young was awesome. I've watched his tape as well. He was fun to watch. There's a lot of guys like Montana back then, crazy. Elway was crazy good too. Do I like the Dolphins defense today? Yeah. I was surprised Marino never got a ring. Yeah. I mean, that's like one of the things that a lot of fans of like other teams make fun of the Dolphins fans for. Like, your guy never got a ring. You suck. That's just something that I've heard a million different times. Doesn't hurt me though, because I wasn't really alive for that. Marino always played hurt. He had that grit. Kirk or Flowers? Half point. I'd go Flowers. And you're a Steelers fan, Fire Canada? Well, at least the Steelers in your lifetime have won something. I support a team that doesn't win anything. Javonte Williams or Josh Downs or Watson? Downs. Hey, should I play DeMarcado or Hunt? Hunt. Great teams like the Chiefs, Eagles, Patriots, 49ers, and Dolphins. I don't think the Patriots are a great team right now, but they were a great team. Great team. So if you supported them, you're probably happy. Mixon, Pacheco, Bijan. I would go with Pacheco and Bijan. All right, time to check my fantasy lineups in the 1 minute we have until lock. I have not even adjusted any of my lineups, so that's good. But again, I literally adjust them like 5,000 times a week, so we should be good. I should have everyone incorrect. Yeah, we got everyone incorrectly. Just got to make sure I don't have... I just got to make sure I didn't leave David Montgomery in any of my lineups. And as long as David Montgomery is in any of my lineups, I'm good. All right. I'm good. Feeling good. Prayers up. Got to start Wilson in one of my leagues. Good luck. I would play the Dolphins defense. McLaurin or Moss or CD? CD. We got the 72 Dolphins. Best team in the league. That is true. But I was very much not alive back then. Thanks always, Nick. Good luck, everyone. Go win. Good luck, everyone. Yeah. Good luck, everyone. Later. Good luck this week. Good luck. Good luck. Tank Dell or Ramondre. Hey, man. Love your videos. Pick one in a trade. Kyler Murray and Dobbs for Evans or Dobbs. Am I dumb for not understanding this? Oh, no, I gotcha. Kyler Murray and Dobbs for Evans. I would do Pierce and Flowers for Lamb. That's the only one I would do out of that group. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Good luck. Downs or DeMarcado? Downs. Ramondre or Jacobs? Ramondre. Kick some butt this week. Yes, sir. Let's have a good one. Let's have a good Sunday. As per usual, baby. Gotta have a fun Sunday. Everything has locked. It's officially 1 o'clock. I do love all you guys. Devontae Smith or Downs? I'd go Smith. I do appreciate everyone stopping by on the stream. It means the world to me. Say that all the time, but yeah, it's crazy. All the support I've seen over the years means the world to me. So I do appreciate all you. I give my left nut for ETN. D-Hop, Amari, or Watson? I'd go Amari. Tank Dell or Ramondre. Cleveland or Seattle? Cleveland. Got red zone on. Yeah, I'm going to go turn red zone on in the Dolphins game. I don't know if I want to go quad box for the Dolphins game, go straight up Dolphins game, plug in the other monitor for the Dolphins game. I don't know. Let's go, everyone. Smash that like button. Smash that like button like it owes you some money. Appreciate you guys. Good luck, everyone, this weekend. Should be a fun Sunday. So have a good one, everyone. Good luck in all your matchups. Let's all eat a W, famous Jameis style, this week. And let's have a good one. So love you guys. And I'll see you guys very, very shortly tomorrow with another video. And then we'll be live next Thursday. Hunter Javante, Hunt, Seeking 8. No, you got 7 TVs in the man cave. All I've got I've got the TV that's above me. I've got another TV, and I've got a monitor. So it's like a 34-inch monitor. So I do normally 3 TVs for Sunday. So I love you guys. Adios, amigos. Adios. Have a fun one. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Thank you guys for staying. We got 45 super chats, which is a record for the season. Crazy. It's week 8. I love you guys so much, though. Have a great one, guys. See you guys soon. And I hope you all have a great Halloween. Anyone who has to take your kids out, or maybe you're younger, maybe you're going trick-or-treating. There's probably at least like one 9-year-old that watches these videos. Garrett Wilson or Palmer? Garrett Wilson. There's always at least like one. I mean, my brother watches the videos every once in a while. He's young. So I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Peace out. And Spock, hope your show went good that you went on. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I went out to the bar to watch the game, but I hope that went well. Even if you weren't actually on, if you were just watching. Hope you had a great one. Love you guys. Again, adios. Mis amigos.